Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV. And yes, we're back again. Game week 9 predictions. Officially the last game of the first round. So yeah, it's flying in. Ross, how are you getting on?
All good, Luke. All good yourself. Yeah, quarter of the way through already. It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Whereabouts are you now?
I'm in Hoi An currently in Vietnam, so working my way south at the moment. So yeah, no, having a blast, having a blast.
Find your way back to Australia.
That's it, exactly. Eventually, yeah. For the
You'll
title
stay
run
out,
in, the Shells
stay
title
out
run in,
there if shells keep on dropping points. I don't think we'll be seeing you anytime soon.
I was happy enough now at the weekend. Now we're back to ourselves, as Mr. Duff put it. We're back to ourselves, and we're kind of recognising the side again, you know. So we're slowly getting back to ourselves.
Not to be fair, it was a decent point, and I suppose we'll start there. St. Patrick's Athletic kind of travelled down to Turner's Cross to play Cork City. Pats on the back of a 0-0 draw at home to Shells. Probably Shells be the happier of the two in that game. Yeah, Pat's now sitting in second, and then Cork on the other hand falling to ninth after a 2-1 loss away to Derry. So yeah, Ross, what do you kind of make it easy? What did you make of Pats on the weekend?
Well, yeah, starting for Pats. Fairly kind of even enough game. Probably the points, probably the fair result. Pats first half, I think we're the better side, and then Shell second half we're the better side. So probably a point apiece was fair, and both sides probably felt they could have nicked it. They had chances, decent chances here and there. I think for the fair to Shells, they restricted Pats to kind of long range efforts. I think Keane Levy dances his way into the box towards the end, which was like probably their biggest chance. Whereas I think Shells had the better kind of clear cut opportunities. But yeah, Pats they're not blowing me away now. Like I think last season they were kind of blowing teams away and they're really performing well and they were kind of electric and they're just a little bit slower this season and they're still like listen, they're still second in the league and they're not far off at all and they probably will click for them and they'll just steer on a bit more. But I think we overran them in midfield. You can get at their midfield a little bit with Forrester and Lennon. I just don't know. I think they're gonna might look to maybe. I think I called it the start of the season. Maybe look to switch Forrester out and play a Bagley beside Lennon just to give them a little bit more legs in midfield as the season goes on, because they can get overrun in there because you have the kind of lads in front of them that don't want to do the hard yards like your whether it be Levy or Kavanagh or Mulroney, Eddie, they all want to kind of stay on, don't want to be working too hard. So I think Lennon's the only one there that's putting in really tough work. And I think they might look to get a Bagley in beside him just to give him that extra bit of protection. But yeah, I don't know if you saw on the Cork front, the Rory Keaton news today, did you?
Yeah, shocking. 6 to 9 months. Yeah, very bad one. And then
Out for the season.
Shawnee Maguire as well. He can't stay fit either. So and like that's a significant amount of their budget. Like even looking at them in ninth, and they're a game in hands away to Rovers. Like yeah, like you have to worry about Cork now. Like where are they going to get their goals from? And they're hardly the
Yeah.
most defensively astute side either. So yeah, I kind of worry for Cork now. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? That's a massive, massive blow. Because you kind of think like Maguire and Keaton, that's all set for the season, kind of thing, and Keaton out for the whole year. And you probably want to rely on Keaton more than Maguire, nearly, wouldn't you, in terms of for the goals consistently? So yeah, it's a massive blow.
Yeah, it's huge, but then obviously like on the Pats side, it's kind of been like not really reported as much. Like Palmer's out for 3 months, and then Keane is out for up to 12 weeks, which is basically 3 months as well. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
Reed and
Jesus,
Keane
yeah.
is out for a bit. So like Pats have a few issues. Like as we touched off, like they're Jamie Lennon injury away from kind of being a bit spineless in midfield. Forrester kind of he plays well when he wants to, and then at the back like they have weak points as well, and they're not the biggest defense. So yeah, like Pats are by no means. Like look before the game, I tipped them before the season. I tipped them to be favourites for the league, but like they're hardly the complete outfit. There's plenty of holes in that team. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's an interesting one going down to Cork. It's really kind of like it's kind of like Waterford part two for Pats. Like if you're going to want to win the league, you have to kind of get a result down here, don't you?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think Cork will the fans will be behind them. They'll be looking forward to the game, and obviously Kenny coming back. They've obviously have a bit of history with him as well themselves. So, yeah, it's gonna be. I think it'll be a tight game, but I do think Pats might just have enough. I'm not sure. I know who was the striker this on Conor McCarthy, wasn't it? I wonder if he's fit, will he start getting a few minutes in Keena's absence? So maybe they might get him on the pitch at some stage. But yeah, I think Pats will just about have enough. I don't think it's going to be a fantastic game of football. I reckon Pats might just nick it 1-0.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna go for a draw here. I just even though what I've been saying about Cork's lacks of goals, I just think Pats. I don't know. I'm just not that convinced by them, and even though I've no real basis for this, I just think I could see Cork getting some out of this home
Yeah,
favourites. So 1-1 is my prediction.
could see it. Yeah, good show.
Yeah, so yeah, next moving on, we have Derry City playing host to Drogheda United, top of the table, Drog still. Um,
Yeah,
some some going Warren Davis is potentially like a goal like for the golden boot, like he's there and thereabouts. Isn't he? You see, it's like he's scoring every week. And
yeah,
then Derry on the other hand are for as much flack as I personally been giving them. They're 4 games now unbeaten. They played against Cork there, got a good 2-1 win in their new stand, the Brandywell. That'd be kind of a huge factor, I think, for them as well. Kind of like it makes a bit of a cauldron kind of feel to the Brandywell with that one end closed. And yeah, this is an interesting one. I think it's a real test for kind of Drada's credentials going up the Derry here. What do you think?
100%. Yeah, it's a big challenge for them now, and you kind of touching it there, Derry. Like you've kind of slowly started to gather a little bit of form. I think they've four unbeaten, as you said, 2 wins in that solid win against Cork last week. So they're starting to pick up a little bit of momentum, and you feel like the home games they could have they should probably have a better record now to stand there. You'd like to think that that's a big factor for Tiernan Lynch is to try and get a lot of kind of home wins under his belt and try and slowly get themselves up the league table. Drogheda on the other hand, yeah, like fantastic win last week over Waterford 2-0. Davis, as you said, scoring again. So it's kind of this would be a test from now. I do think I kind of feel like this could be the week where I think like we start to see them maybe dip. Like I thought the Rovers game might have been that, but they've kind of recovered well. I think they're going to be challenging potentially in that top half, but I think they might start dipping a little bit off the top, and because it's so tight still. I think this is maybe a step too far for them to come away with all 3 points here. They could easily get a draw, but I do think Derry could go for. I'm going to go for a narrow home win again here for Derry. I'm going to go for repeat the scoreline of the Cork game. I'll go for 2-1 Derry City.
Yeah, I agree with nearly everything you said there. Like it's Drogheda have been outstanding. Really Kevin Doherty's getting the most out of his players. But yeah, going up to Derry here and there and kind of going heading into rich vein of form, like you'd Tiernan Lynch really fancy this tie. Yeah, it's just a tough one, isn't it? Like they don't ship many goals, but then again, the Michael Duffy factor, I just think it's so big for Derry. Like he's
It's
honestly,
flying.
someone was saying he doesn't even like football. Like when he's not playing football, he doesn't really like it. And it's like how like it's just ridiculous. Like it's just he's such a good
Yeah,
player. But yeah, no, here I'm probably I'm gonna go a bit more emphatic. I'm probably gonna say 2-0 Derry. I just think they'll really start to believe in what they're doing and Drogheda might be a bridge too far for Drogheda here. So yeah, 2-0 Derry.
yeah. No, I think home win. Duffy, as you said, now is he on 6 goals or 5 goals? I think so far to see. I think he's
It's
banging them
flying.
in already. Like so, yeah, he's kind of back to his best. And he had a couple of injury issues and stuff last couple of years. He hasn't been hitting those levels, but he seems like he's back on it this year, big time.
If you were to kind of look at every team in the league and to think like if you took one player out of each team, how I think he's the biggest factor for like one player in a team. Like he is the
Yeah,
man for Derry. And if you took him out of Derry, like they're half the team without him, which is
yeah,
crazy. It's such a testament to him. So some player
100%.
like
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, next moving on to Tallow with Shamrock Rovers are playing host to Waterford now, kind of, opposite ends of the spectrum here. Waterford 4 games without a win. So they're really kind of struggling down in 8th place. And then Rovers on the other hand went up to Galway and got a really good 3 points. 1-0 win. Rory Gaffney back on the score sheet. And yeah, it's surprisingly looking up for Rovers. They've a game less played than everyone else. They win that game in hand. They're level on points with Pats, 1 point off Drogheda. So yeah, like it's you know, I have to say I'm quietly impressed by kind of how Bradley's weathered this storm of losing, your Kennys, your Burns, your Ferrugias. What have you made of it?
Yeah, it's a very, very solid win. Going to Galway and getting all 3 points is always a very, very successful journey. And not to be sniffed at. It doesn't really matter how you play or how you perform. It's just if you get away with those 3 points, you're delighted. And I think every Rovers fan in the country would like to see Rory Gaffney back amongst the goals as well. Obviously, I don't think he featured too much last season, and the year before that he would have been player of the year, I think, wasn't he? So like he's a fantastic player. I did think his kind of best days were behind him, but maybe he could prove us all wrong on that. And if you can get him kind of starting week in week out, like it's such a bonus, especially with Kenny's departure, as you said. So to get him back amongst those is a massive plus. And I think if you wanted to pick any game right now to play in the league, you probably want to play Waterford at home. 4 losses in a row. A little bit concerning for Keith Long after race start of the season as well. They really, really kind of came out of the blocks quickly, and then they've really just took a massive dip. So a little bit of concern for them. Can they kind of rectify that? It's hard to know. It's hard to know. Conan Noonan, I assume, won't be able to play either in this one for them. So I can only see a home win here, 3-0 potentially.
So we don't score goals. Like it's a problem. Like if you look
That's
at
the
all the games,
problem. Maybe that's a bit optimistic potentially, but
yeah, like I'd love to see that, but yeah, we kind of kind of struggle to cut teams open, or even take our chances for that matter. But yeah, Waterford, I don't know what's going on with them. Such a promising start, and just really just kind of ran into a rut. And Keith Long will
yeah,
want to get them out of it. But like I know we were hyping them up before the season started, but if you actually look at them, if you look at the team, like there's a lot of kind of new players new to the league, and it's you look at Drogheda and they're really kind of the other end of the spectrum, like they've really kind of a lot of seasoned League of Ireland players, and you kind of
yeah,
need to strike the balance, don't you? I know they signed Andy Bull, but apart from that, a lot of kind of unknown quantities, and it can go either way. Like Galway are a living example of it going the other way. So yeah, it's a
yeah,
tough
yeah,
one. But yeah, no, this will be an interesting game for sure. I think Jeez, I had a point there and it sat there leaving me. Sake. Oh yes, it's back. It's back. I have to mention Leon Poles. He's come in. He's like not conceded a goal, and he's looked really assured. It's almost like I feel like the Rovers defenders, because obviously they played together more and know him
yeah,
off the back of last season. But like it's funny how these things work. Like you bring in Ed McGinty and almost gives Leon Balls a kick up the backside. Like I was expecting Leon to come in and be a bit shaky, lackluster with confidence, but
yeah,
very free kick and save in the first half, and he's just looked solid back there. And you have to ask the question, like if when McGinty comes back, if Leon keeps playing like this, like you can't drop Leon. Like in my opinion, like what do
no.
you think?
You could see there has been a couple of moments this season where that communication or that understanding between McGinty and a centre half or whatever it is, just like is missing. So maybe is it a case of keep playing him through that and just get him up to speed,
100%.
and
Yeah,
is his ceiling higher than Poses eventually? Do you know what I mean? In a couple
yeah.
of months' time, so it's harder to strike that balance between it, isn't it? Like, but I think Pose, in fairness, like towards the end of last season, he improved massively as well. And
Yeah.
is he still, what age is he? Is he kind of young enough still, or what?
26 around that age.
26.
Like,
So yeah, for a keeper, like it's still young, relatively young. So yeah, it's a tough call, big call for Bradley. But I think you touched on that last week, that Bradley will be in no rush to get McGinty back in if Pauls is still performing. Like I think he
yeah.
kind of has that little bit of trust with him. So big decision. But if Pauls is keeping clean sheets, it's hard to get knock him out.
No, no, I fully agree. Yeah, I hope it gives McGinty the boot up the backside he needs. So I feel like McGinty, like we know how good of a keeper he can be, but I just feel like he lets himself down sometimes with just
Mm,
stupid things. So if he nullifies that out of his game, he wouldn't be in this league. So yeah, let's see how it
yeah.
plays out. But yeah, fair play to Leon
Do,
Paul.
do you think he suits Rovers McGinty there? Like, is he that kind of, like, is he? I kind of more see it like a Brian Maher or Kearns or something as a Rovers keeper rather than a McGinty. He's more of a, I think he suits kind of a mid-table side where there's loads of shots on goal, but doesn't need to have the ball at his feet or anything too much or anything. I don't know. It's just his pole's more suited to Rovers side of play kind of thing.
You see, Leon has his problems with the ball at his feet as well, especially
Yeah,
last season. But yeah, that's it, isn't it? Like what do you associate Ed McGinty with? Shot stopping, and what do we
mm,
have? A lot of the ball. So you kind of need
yeah.
someone that's good with the ball at their feet. And like to be fair, McGinty, like
Concentrations, difference and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, this is it. Like there's one thing making 8 saves a game. There's one thing making a save once or twice. You have to
yeah,
be ready. So
yeah,
it's a huge point. We'll see. Time will tell. It's a tough one,
yeah.
but yeah, like Connor Kearns is. I'm not, to be honest. Brian Maher, I'm not that convinced by. Like I'm not like
Maybe a
he's
bad
too
example. Yeah.
inconsistent. He's too inconsistent. But Connor Kearns, I think, he's best goalie in the league, and obviously, anyone would want him. So yeah, I'll give you that one a bit on the shells front. But yeah, kind of moving on to Ed
Screen
McGinty's form.
record that. Screen record
I'm sorry, I haven't even predicted Rovers. Sorry, I haven't even predicted this one. 1-0 Rovers. We're keeping it going. 1-0 to the hoops. The usual
One
crack.
nil. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I think three is a bit high, but I'll stick with it.
Exactly. Yeah, so moving on to the Saturday game. Yes, Ed McGinty's former club, Sligo Rovers, are playing host to Galway. Yeah, Sligo, I'd say they're really down in the dumps after that Bows game. Like this is the thing. Like you can't expect to win or even draw games when you're giving away a 2-goal lead every week. Like it's just unsustainable.
Yeah, yeah. No, 100%. I think the biggest positive for Sligo this week, and that it sounds horrible and desperate to say it, but they'll be buzzing with the Rory Keaton news.
Yeah.
They'll be absolutely buzzing with that because that's the team to catch now. Cork City will be catchable. You feel without a kind of a goal scorer playing week in week out. So I think they'll be. It's horrible to say, but they will be happy with that news. It's a big boost for them. Like shocking to say, but yeah, I think it's a big concern. Like to leak four to an out of sorts Bows team isn't great, and the goals they're giving away poor. Like, especially that last one, just sloppy. Give the ball straight to Dawson Avoy. Great finish, obviously, but the sloppy, and it's just they're poor enough. Not poor enough, but they just don't have enough quality for what they need to
No.
be doing, and for across the pitch, and even league environment experience, and bit of know how across the field. Obviously, they've lost so many players last year, which is massive as well. But it's hard to see them kind of coming through it. Like they'll show kind of glimpses of bits here and there. And I think at home they looked all right. Like against Shells, they looked decent at home. I think they beat Hughes at home as well. Like maybe their home form can get them over, keep them up, and get them over the line, and they can look a bit better. But it's a big concern at the back. I think they're in their defence against Bows now. I think they're missing 5 or 6 big players. I think they're missing John Mahon. They're missing a good few players. I think, as far as I know, from their kind of starting 11. So maybe that was a big factor. They'll get a few back in, which make a big difference. But yeah, it's definitely concerning at the moment.
Yeah, like I'm looking at their team here. They're like this weird mix of first division and Premier Division. Like you look at Ronan Manning, Owen Elding, Garrett
Mm.
McElroy, Connor Walsh in goals. Like a lot of kind of Van Hattem, not much experience in the league. Like it's a
Yeah,
very kind of off the cuff Frankie Lovato up top. Like yeah, it's almost too good for the first division, but not good enough for the Premier. So it's a weird one. Like I really do worry for Sligo. Like I feel like now Cork have almost leveled the playing field because Sligo don't have a goal scorer and now Cork don't have a goal scorer. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
pretty
matter of
much.
seed less goals. And I think the Cork have a better, track record defensively than Sligo. So yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. And obviously Galway will kind of be licking their wounds a bit. They didn't really turn up against Rovers. Like they had the ball, they were putting the ball into wide areas and getting the ball in the box, Patrick Hickey, but they weren't that like for as much of possession that they had, they didn't create much. So I think really they'll be looking to set the record straight here in Sligo. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I could see them setting the record straight. I'm probably gonna go towards a 2-1 Galway win here.
Yeah, yeah. Connacht Derby, of course, there might be a bit of bite to it and a bit of spice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call. I don't know off the top of my head how many players like will have back in the mix. Like it's John Mahon. Like they kind of wanted like him to be available. Players like that. I think Ollie Denham and stuff. I think he might have been out. And a couple of others. I saw a list before the Bulls game saying Alan Reynolds is blessed because Sligo are missing these players and all this. So you feel from in that regard because their squad is thin enough as is. But on the basis that they're probably still missing a few of those players, yeah, I'll lean towards Galway to win this. Just to have enough kind of know-how and have a couple more threats, Patrick Hickey and the likes in the final third. So I'll go for Galway 1-0, but tight game.
Yeah, yeah, no, I can see that as well. Yeah, so finally we've the North Dublin Derby. Shelburne playing host to Bohemians. Yeah, gee, I can't even remember. There's so much stuff that Duffer says. Like he was talking about his mom's 75th birthday party on Saturday, on Friday night, and have a drink from you. I'll be there in a minute. And then he was
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
what was he saying? He was saying something about Bowes. Are Bowes in his head? I saw a few Bowes fans asking that question because he's talking a lot about Bowes. Like he's asking a lot of questions about Bowes.
The only thing because I saw he got asked a question about it, I think he said that he says there's an edge to this one more than the
Yeah,
Rovers and the Pats game or something. Because I think even with Rovers, like I think him and Bradley have that
yeah,
bit of respect between them probably. But I
Pally,
think I
yeah,
think Rovers and Shells have a little bit of like it's not the spiciest Dublin derby, like it's a little bit more of a respect thing there. I feel like or something.
yeah,
Uh, I personally find Pats to be Shells' biggest rivals personally now from the kind of late 90s, early 2000s when all of that stuff was kicking off, and that I kind of started supporting Shells in that time. So I remember winning the league in Inchicore, being at that game, and that was always my the biggest rivalry for me was always Pats. But I guess the way it's transpired between kind of Bows and Shells over the years, there has been a bit of that kind of hatred brewing a little bit and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think there is an edge. I think Duff will have a big point to prove now with Bows because Bows came to Talking Park and took 4 points last season. They beat us once and they drew with us once. So, like it's not the best record. I think we took 4 from them in Dalymount, but they took 4 from us. So, it's a big one for Duff, and I feel it is one of those games that he's probably find it as well. But with Bows, it's kind of like form out the window. Everything goes out the window. It's kind of just 90 minutes and anything can really happen. It's like there's a bit of edge in the game, there's a bit of nerves, and it's hard to know. But I think if you can't beat this both side, you don't deserve to win a league title because they're poor. They've some great players like Devoy is a smashing player, Tierney is a smashing player, but defensively they're desperate. Their goalkeeper situation seems rocky in terms of who's playing each week, and they both seem to have mistakes in them at the moment. Because I think they brought Jurassic back in. He had an error there last week against Sligo. So yeah, I think on paper, everything says Shells should win this game. The better team, better squad, better manager. But it's Dublin derby.
I have a point I want to raise on Meepo, and I'm not jumping the gun with him here, but you're saying he's going to come good and come good. I don't know what it is. He just can't put the ball in the net. Like what is it? Like,
big chance last week. He missed a big chance
chance
last week.
That
Great
was,
chance.
and if you want it, like Boydie puts that away, and John Martin probably puts it away as well. And like obviously Meepo, look, he's electric, he's quick, he gets in the areas, but he has a bit of a problem putting the ball in the back of the net. And if you look at throughout his career in senior football, he hasn't scored that many goals. So I'm starting to wonder here, when do questions start being asked to Meepo? Because
he should have taken another touch there. Another touch was needed to get beyond that defender, and he has the pace to do it. Like, I think he's snatched at things a little bit for them. Like, I think another chance, and Jane Norris went on the outside of him for an overlap, but he snatched it and just put it wide. Like, I think Duff says he's never going to give out to a player for shooting, and Meepo seems to shoot like 10 times a game. Like, he needs to kind of learn to pass the ball a little more. But I don't think Duff minds it. I think he's still. I think he's kind of similar to Afolabi at Bowes. I think it took him a while to get going. I think his first season even wasn't great, and then the second season he took off. And I think it could be something a little bit similar to that. I do the full belief and confidence he will come good. But he's snatching at things a little bit at the moment, which is just kind of settling in still. And I think he's trying to. It's one of those ways. I think he's trying to prove a point too much near the end. He's trying to prove himself too much.
Yeah,
that he's kind of overdoing things, overthinking things a little bit, whereas he just needs to kind of get a couple of goals and it's going to come naturally. But I do think he'll come good. But I get what you mean. There's that was a big chance last week he missed, which won't do him any favors. Great save to be fair, but yeah, it's a big chance.
Yeah, like look, I think he potentially could come good as well. It's just I just expect him to have a better start than what he's been having. And I suppose like sometimes with a striker like that, you take him out for a week or two and just let him get a breather. Because
he didn't start last week.
Sorry, didn't start.
Did he not? I think John Martin he got injured. I think he got injured in the first half, so he came on early. I think, but he didn't start because Boyd was suspended as well.
Yeah, last week. What's that? 5 yellow cards in 7 games.
Something like that. Yeah,
outrageous. Like,
yeah. I think one was for a dive against yourselves. I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just never a dive. Shocking challenge. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, absolute fucking Tom Daly. Yeah.
But Boyd will be back in this week, so you'd expect him to probably be starting this one, you'd imagine. Again, up against these both centre halves, you'd imagine Boyd would be licking his lips.
Oh, yeah, completely, yeah. No, but Boyd loves playing against Bowes, and I could see him getting on the score sheet. To be honest, I think Shell's really, I'm not going to say the nail now around his coffin because there's already 100 nails in there and he's still kicking.
Yeah.
How he's still there, but yeah, I think Shell's...
See Ross Tierney's celebrations, running over to him and giving him a big hug and everything.
Well, he's a prick.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm sick of him. Every time he plays against us, he's the best player on the pitch.
Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? To be fair, yeah. He deserves better.
He does deserve better, yeah. He should take a leaf out of Danny Mandreu, Andy Lyons, Andy Grant, Roberto Lopez, Dylan Watts, Glenn Cronin. We'll keep on going. But I think Shells win this game convincingly. I'm going to go 3-1 Shells.
Yeah, I'd love that. Part of me just has a bad gut feeling that it's going to be a draw. Like a horrible feeling that they'll score early, like a bit of a fluke, and then we'll spend ages trying to break them down. We'll get an equaliser, and then it's just going to be kind of one of those where it kind of peters out a little bit. That's like my concern. I think if we score first, I think we should be comfortable. I think that'll kind of settle the nerves a little bit. I think I don't know what the latest is on Gannon and Barris. They were out again last week, which made the performance of Lewis Temple coming in. He got man of the match, I think, was fantastic. But you want to have these lads back in for Dublin derbies and as much as possible for the big occasions, especially. Well, Caffrey's doing well right full, but you want to have Sean Gannon playing, especially when you're dealing with Ross Tierney in form and stuff. So, I think I'll go for Shells 2-0, but that's if we score early, score first, might settle the nerves. But it's never a nice feeling in these games. No,
it's tough. You just don't know. So there we have it, guys. Gameweek 9 League of Ireland predictions. As I said, if you're new, please subscribe, drop a like in the video. Let's try to get to 25 likes this week, guys. And leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Give us your predictions. And thanks very much, Ross.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Luke. Take it easy.